When you think of the word celebrity, what comes to mind? Is it A, a perfect being, B, someone to look up to, C, talented, or D, all of the above? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. Time's up. And the correct answer was none of them. It was actually E, someone that has a lot to hide. You see, none of us really know these people. We aren't their friends, we're not their family. We only get to see a small glimpse of their personality, and even then, it could be fake. They could just be trying to put up a face for the camera, when in reality, they have a lot of skeletons in their closet. When their true colors come out, it can be detrimental to their fans' perception of them and their careers. So today, I'll be fucking up a career. Mickey Mouse's. Mickey Mouse is a figure that has been revered by people around the world for being the greatest celebrity of all time. To the people, he is perfect. But many don't see the layer underneath the mouse, his true self. I wanted to find this true self. So, I had to start from his beginnings. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this 2-part documentary in which you will learn the tragic life of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was born El Raton Miguelito in the slums of Taiwan. His mother, Mama Miguelito, had left him at age 3, and by 5, he had witnessed his father, Ratatouille Miguelito, die in a motorcycle accident, in which a drunken Ratatouille hopped on a motorcycle and rammed himself into a nearby government landmine. So I assume it's safe to say that the early parts of his life were not so great. From then on, and up until he would be sent to America, he would begin living with his grandfather, war veteran Miguelito, and his grandmother, Jonathan. Mr. Miguelito's personality could only be described as hood radish. No fucking pun intended, please. It's not funny. Don't fucking laugh. He stole, he played around with guns, and was in a gang called the Wiggles. No, not to be confused with the children's band, but something different. The Wiggles were given their name because they loved wiggling in each other's cheeks when they took out other gangs. Yo, who the fuck gave me this information, bruh? The Wiggles were like a second family to Raton, teaching him how to lie to get out of situations effectively. These skills became very useful to him down the line when he became very intrigued in acting. I wanted to get a more in-depth look into El Raton's childhood. I wanted to get at his grandparents, but they recently passed away after stepping on landmines. What the fuck is up with his family and landmines? So, instead, I got in contact with someone who claimed to be a part of the Wiggles gang and knew Raton during that time.
喂
Hey,
，Hello，
how's it going?
good。
Okay, that's great. All right, I'm about to ask you a set of questions. Hopefully, you can answer them with
Okay.
effectiveness. All right, so, how was Mickey growing up?
Good。I guess。他很好。
Oh, okay. Did he aspire to be an actor so young?
我的钱在哪里？
Okay. Yeah, thank you, man. Did he have any talents?
你没有 answer 我的 question。我的钱在哪里？
Was Mickey aggressive?
我已经问你2次了，我的钱在哪里？
Thank you. Okay. Can you show me an example of Mickey being aggressive?
你笨美国人，你真的不知道我在讲什么是不是？我在这边要钱，不是在讲一个 mouse 好不好？不要跟你讲话了，
Okay. Thank you, man.
你好笨。
All right. Yeah. Thanks for that. See, I don't know what the fuck he said. So what did I learn from that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But let's just keep going. After multiple run-ins with the police, Raton's grandparents said fuck it and sent him over to New York City, where he could begin his high school career. Hey man, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for stepping up to the plate, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this is a big deal. So let's start off with some questions first. So first question, what's your name?
Are you, are you fucking stupid? This was supposed to be anonymous, and you're asking me my name? You guys are fucking jokes.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was really unprofessional of me. I apologize for that. But just to clarify, you are the cousin of Donald Duck, Dave Darko Duck, correct?
Oh my fucking god, you're so incompetent. So first, you ask me what my name is, and then you just say it, along with who I'm related to. Dude, I better be getting a fuck ton of money, and you better be bleeping that shit out, because, oh my god, I do not want to get shot by Disney's fucking attack squad.
Listen, man, don't worry. The check is coming. The check's coming. It's a huge check. You're gonna be enough. It's enough to get you to Disney World for about like 5 years with your entire fucking family, if you have one. I don't know if you've ever gotten laid, but yeah, like. Anyways, let's get this shit started. Right? You ready?
Listen, man, I'm gonna disregard that last fucking comment that you made, because that's not true. I do get a lot of pussy. So let's just begin, man. Let's just start.
Okay, then cool. So you said that you met him at the beginning of your high school career. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I met him at the beginning of high school. When I first met him, I didn't think too much of him, and then I found out that we were actually in the same class together. I'm pretty sure it was algebra, and he was just a class clown. He loved effing around with the teacher. He would throw stuff at her. Then the whole class would start throwing stuff at her. It was a riot. It was really fun. He was also a really nice guy, even though he would do pranks on the teacher. He'd shit on her desk. He'd write weird threatening letters to her. But he was a good dude. I mean, he was nice to everybody around him except the teacher. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I appreciated my company with him. I don't know if that's what I can say, but he was he was just somebody who had a shining. He was a shining light. He was a beacon. Everybody loved him except the fucking teacher. But yeah, you get the gist.
So, what were his hobbies and talents, if you mind answering?
Yeah, he could sing, he could dance, he could bust down. I mean, if you had called out to him in the hallways and said, "Yo, raton, bust down," well, he'd do it for you. Um, he was a natural born talent with that. But what he also was a natural born talent was for acting. Um, he was just really good at lying to people and keeping up faces. Like I said, he was a good person, right? But when he needed to get out of a situation, he could act his way out of it. He was just really good at it. And I told him one day, I was like, "Yo, Raton, you have to join the theater club. You have to. It's your calling. Like, you can do this." And he was like, "Oh no, I can't, I can't do it." I'm like, "Shut up, shut the fuck up. Yes, you can." And after, months of urging, in our second year of high school, he had finally given in and he was like, "Okay, I'll join, but on one condition." And I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "You come to all my plays." And I said, "Okay, I'll come to all your plays." And so he joined, and he was phenomenal. He was killing the competition. Every stereotype you can give a theater kid, erase that from him. He was different. He was built different. He was just insane. He was always the lead role, and obviously, he just took it. I looked at him. I was like, yes, this guy, Raton, can become an actor. Now, for me, I was thinking, I was like, man, how would he get to the big point? Who's gonna see him? I was really hoping that he would get somewhere. He always told me, I would do anything to become an actor. You know? And I was like, yeah, man, I know you would. Let's try to get you some gigs. And he went to a few auditions, but they didn't really vibe with him. They didn't really vibe with him, and I was getting worried for him because he was so good. But obviously, the people over there, I don't know if they were like just racist or something like that, but they were looking down on him, and I was like, "You pieces of shit. He's good." I'm sorry if I'm like going off on a tangent. I'm just really, like I'm really emotional about this shit because he was talented, and I really wish one of them took him because, man, the one person that took him ruined his entire life. Yeah, he got somewhere because of him, but if he didn't meet him and he went to another, acting agency, got big somewhere else, maybe none of anything involving him would have happened, and he would have just lived a good life. Maybe as a celebrity, a calm one, But obviously, this isn't a fairy tale. This is real fucking life.
So this person that ruined Raton's life, was it Walt Disney?
Okay. So before I answer your question, I was thinking of something in my head, and it's kind of been bugging me. So I want to clarify something really quickly. I want to question this. So earlier I had said that he, as a mouse, I was thinking that the people who were holding the auditions and were declining him were just racist. And I thought about it for a second. How the fuck can you be racist to a mouse? Why the fuck would you deny a mouse? It's a talking mouse. The motherfucker can talk. He can dance. He can sing. He's a mouse. I think he was like 4 feet tall, something like that. Yeah, he couldn't play basketball or something like that. I think that one of the roles that we had gotten him to audition for was a basketball player that was supposed to be 6 foot. But I was like, you're a mouse, dude. They would take you any day over a 6 foot person. Apparently fucking not. Like, that's so ridiculous. He's a mouse. Like, I really should have told him to bust down. But, yeah, so I'll answer your question. Yeah, it was Walt Disney. We, basically to give you some clarification as to how I met this fool and how we met this fool. Yeah, so we were walking down the street one day, and we were just so fucking depraved. At this point, I think we had gone through about like 500 auditions, and not a single person. Maybe we picked the wrong roles. As I said earlier, we tried to get him to play a 6 foot basketball player, even though he's 4 foot. But he's a short king. Come on, he was a short king, until after he met this fool. And so we were talking. I was like, Mickey, don't get yourself down, man. He's like, I know. And he just said, why don't people see me for my acting? I'm a very good actor. And he started acting. And by a twist of fate, a limo, a big ass limo, drives by. The dude rolls down the window. He says, hey, I just saw you acting there. That was very nice. Would you like to be a part of my agency? And I was like, no fucking way. No, this had to be premeditated or some fucking shit. There's no way. But no, it was just a stroke of luck. I guess the guy was driving by. He was going to, I think, a strip club down, we were walking right by a strip club. He actually tried to get a gig there. I don't know for what. He told me, like, he just wanted to, I guess, get a job there. I don't think it was a gig. I think it was just a job. Maybe be a server for the drinks. I don't know. But, yeah, it was just a twist of luck. He got super lucky, and from there on, his entire life changed. So it was probably though the worst thing that could ever happen to him. Like the worst. And it always really pisses me off when I have to explain this to myself because I could have stopped him. He looked shady. He had a fucking weird mustache. Like I don't trust people with weird mustaches. I don't trust anybody. Not not anymore. But I don't want to get into that. So yeah, we talk. I talk it over with Mickey, and he's like, I have to do this. I want to become an actor. Big screen. I said, oh, all right, anything for you, buddy. And I said, go in the limo and go do your thing.
So what happened to him after that?
A lot of things started happening. He came to school late. Like I'm talking about like halfway through the day. Like we would just be like sitting, the teacher would be teaching a lesson and Raton would just walk in. He'd say, sorry I'm late. And I'm like, what's going on, dude? And he'd have bags under his eyes. He'd come just in time for lunch. But when we get to lunch, I'm like, hey man, are you gonna eat your food? And he would just stare at it. I don't know what the dude was doing to him, but he was down bad. I could tell. And it got so bad to the point where he started skipping theater. The one pride and joy, like that was his pride and joy. He loved going to theater. He was at the top of his class. And the times that he would go to theater, he was just at the bottom of the barrel. He sucked. Like, I don't know what was going on. I think he was just out of it. And then one day, I haven't seen him, all day, and he comes to class, and I didn't really notice this until we started walking into the hallway after class, and I look at his face, and I see some white stuff around his mustache, and I look at him, and I'm like, yo, what is that, dude? And he just says, it's milk. Don't worry about it. It's milk. Like, okay, dude. I don't know how you can keep milk on your stash for too long. And then we go to lunch, and I'm like, hey, man, what are you doing with Walt, man? And he said, lap dances. Busting down. Like, oh, okay, you're doing your thing, right? Yeah. I should have seen it in his eyes, but he wasn't actually doing his thing, man. In fact, this was like a reverse version of busting down. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but like I can't even describe it to you. It's just horrific, But yeah, eventually it would just get so bad to the point where he felt like a shell of his former self. Like he started slurring his words. It was like he was going through like a metamorphosis, He was losing his accent. And I was like subtly realizing that he was losing his accent. And I was getting worried for him. I was like, dude, you gotta leave that agency. And he was like, no, I can't leave that agency. It's giving me gigs. I was worried. I couldn't do anything. He was just too stubborn. And eventually, in our third year of high school, he would drop out.
And so, how did that make you feel?
Not fucking good. Like, what do you expect me to say? Oh, Humpty Dory. Are you stupid? I've said that to you multiple times. I'm sorry. I apologize, but you are really like the worst. Like you suck at your job. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. But it's true. You fucking suck.
Oh, no offense taken. I am aware that I suck. However, I'm making money off this, so who cares? But yeah. So back to the questions. Um, when did you see him after that? How long did it take for you to see him again after he dropped out?
It took about a year. Um, he, I didn't hear from him for a while. He stopped talking to me, which was really fucked up. Uh, I had found out that he was in a lot of like indie movies, like smaller movies. Walt was able to get him into some really, just kind of low budget films. Obviously, of course, the year that I had seen him again, he had finally gotten his big break. And I'm pretty sure you know what that is, Steamboat Willie. And let me just tell you the story of, our encounter. So basically, one day I'm just walking. I'm walking home from school, and I stop by a 7-Eleven, and I go inside and I go and pay for some fucking nerds. You ever tried those shit? That shit's good as fuck. Anyways, so I pay for it and I leave. I walk out and there's an alleyway near the 7-Eleven and another building, and I look in the corner of my eye. I see him. But he's not the same. He's wearing, I don't think I explained what he liked to wear back in high school when he was in there. He liked to wear a sombrero. He liked to wear a lot of just Hispanic clothing. And it was really cool, But when I saw him, he dropped all of that. I see him and he has no shirt on, no hat, no sombrero. But guess what he has? Red overalls. Or were they over? I don't remember. Red swimming trunks. They were lame as fuck. Motherfucker had some yellow shoes. Shit sucks. I'm gonna be real. This shit's ass. You know it. But I see him and he has a beer mug. And he scoops up like dirty water and starts drinking it. And I'm like, damn, they got you like this? They got you like this. So, but it's been so long. I haven't seen him in so long. I was so happy. I was like, holy shit, my friend. It's been so long. And I called him, Raton! And I started running to him. And I skid my knee. And he sees me. And I guess he saw the cut on my knee. And he just straight up turned into a doctor. Like, his acting skills came into play. I think, it's been like a year, so he's gotten a lot better. And he walks up to me and he's like, all right, which knee? Which knee's hurt? Because, he couldn't see very well. And I say, this knee. But I bit my tongue a little bit, so I said, this knee. And the motherfucker spazzed out, dude. I'm going to be real. He spazzed out. I guess he just does not like hearing that name. I think it brings back a whole trauma with Walt. And yeah, he was fucked. So after he's done spazzing, I was like, yo, Raton, what's good, man? It's been a while. What's been going on with you? It's been a year. He says, my name's not Raton anymore. He said Raton. Like, it's Raton. It's your name, fool. And he's like, my name's not Raton. It's Mickey. Mickey Justin Mouse. I'm like, who the Justin? Damn. He really got him whitewashed. And he's like, I'm an actor now. I don't need to speak to people like you. I think he was trying to demean me for not being an actor like him or a celebrity. And he walks away. That was the last time I saw him for a good amount of time. I didn't see him until maybe about 10 years later. After he got married to Minnie, Minnie actually helped bring us back together. And he you know, because of Minnie, he was a whole different person. But you know, you haven't asked me any questions about her. But when you do, you know, I'm all up to answer for him.